Eugenie de Montijo became the last Empress of France, renowned as a fashion trendsetter, an incredibly beautiful woman whose charm elicited sincere admiration from her contemporaries. However, despite her many positive qualities, Eugenie was often labeled as a schemer and adventuress, while her mother received the derogatory nickname Englishwoman of Easy Virtue. As the wife of Napoleon III, Eugenie fully understood the experience of being at the throne but feeling rejected. Their marriage was often deemed unequal as she had no royal lineage. Upon becoming the wife of Napoleon III, Eugenie fully grasped the experience of being near the throne yet feeling rejected. Empress Eugenie, a devotee of Marie Antoinette's style, became a pioneer of European fashion. Thanks to her, elements such as flowers in hair, fragrances, and depictions of Parma violets gained popularity. The jewelry specially commissioned for Eugenie by her loving spouse from the finest jewelers of the era now holds the status of historical masterpieces. One such piece is the pearl tiara. In 1853, Emperor Napoleon III presented a unique tiara to his wife, Empress Eugenie, in celebration of their wedding day. Crafted specifically for this occasion by the skilled jeweler Alexandre Gabriel Lemonnier, who had access to precious gems with distinguished pedigrees, the tiara incorporated stones once worn by Empress Maria Louisa and the Duchess of Angoulême. This magnificent tiara, made of silver, boasted over 200 pearls and nearly 2,000 diamonds. Eugenie adored this adornment and proudly showcased it throughout her husband's reign, including during a state visit to Windsor Castle in 1855. Renowned German portraitist of the 19th century, Franz Xaver Winterhalter, immortalized her wearing this very tiara. Despite being gifted to Eugenie on her wedding day, the tiara also held a place in the collection of the French crown, alongside the famed emerald tiara of the Duchess of Angoulême. Thus, during Napoleon and Eugenie's exile to England in 1870, the treasure remained in France. For a century, the Duchess of Angoulême's tiara wandered from owner to owner throughout England. Meanwhile, Eugenie's exquisite ornament remained in the possession of a distinguished family. In 1890, Prince Albert of Thurn and Taxis acquired it to present as a gift in honor of his beloved's wedding, Archduchess Margaret Clementine of Austria. The Thurn and Taxis princely family has a long history in Europe, but garnered global attention in the 1980s and 1990s due to the extravagant antics of Maria Theresa's parents, Prince Johannes and Princess Gloria. Thus, this renowned family's jewelry collection housed the tiara for decades, and it was worn by Princess Gloria on her wedding day to Prince Johannes in 1980. Sadly, at the wedding of Princess Maria Theresa and popular British artist Hugo Wilson on September 13, 2014, the bride did not shine in the luxurious pearl tiara. After her husband's passing, Gloria's mother sold the ornament to the Society of Friends of the Louvre. Thus, the tiara finally returned to its homeland. Yet another masterpiece belonging to the last Empress of France was the bow brooch, crafted for Empress Eugenie by French jeweler Francois Kramer in 1855, 2 years after her marriage to Emperor Napoleon III. Initially, the brooch consisted solely of the main part, a diamond bow, intended to be worn as a sort of buckle on a diamond belt. However, Eugenie subscribed to the ethos of more is more when it came to jewelry, and she requested Kramer to transform the bow brooch into a more substantial adornment. The result was a corsage adorned with 5 pendeloques, or tassels, and 2 intricate diamond lozenges. This gem was one of many treasures left behind when Napoleon and Eugenie went into exile in 1871, and one of the items the French government decided to auction off in 1887. At the auction, the jewel was acquired for 42,000 francs by the French jeweler Émile Schlesinger, but not for himself. The client for whom Schlesinger purchased the bow brooch was none other than Mrs. Astor. Caroline Schermerhorn Astor was the doyenne of New York society, the custodian of the Gilded Age city's magnificence. She added the bow brooch to her already extensive jewelry collection, and it remained in the family for a century, becoming known as Mrs. Astor's Diamond Stomach. In April 2008, shortly before the recession, the brooch appeared on the public market and was put up for sale at a Christie's auction in New York alongside another jeweler, Ralph O. Esmerian. Aware of the connection between the brooch and Empress Eugenie, the Friends of the Louvre organization planned to acquire this piece. However, a legal battle involving Asmerian ultimately led to the sale's cancellation. However, the Friends of the Louvre intended to acquire the brooch for the museum, which already housed several other jewels belonging to Eugenie, including her majestic pearl diamond tiara. François Curiel, president of Christie's Europe, facilitated a private sale, and the Friends of the Louvre ultimately succeeded in acquiring the brooch. Another masterpiece was the emerald tiara. In 1858, Empress Eugenie of France commissioned Parisian jeweler Eugene Fontenay to create a new tiara. Emerald was Eugenie's favorite gemstone, and she already possessed a beautiful clover brooch, a gift from her husband for their engagement, adorned with verdant gemstones. The tiara was designed as a band resembling a crown with strawberry leaf motifs, possibly a nod to Eugenie's ducal heritage. Each diamond strawberry leaf was adorned with a large rectangular cut emerald. Rhomboidal festoons connected the strawberry leaves with smaller anthemian elements. Surprisingly versatile, the tiara featured detachable strawberry leaves that could be replaced with a set of pear-shaped pearl sprays. Artist Pierre-Paul Emmanuel de Pomerac attempted to make the set even more diverse by painting emeralds as sapphires in his portrait miniature of the Empress. You'll notice that in the painting, now housed in the Baltimore Museum, he even depicted the emeralds in her beloved clover brooch as sapphires. Eugenie's tenure as Empress of France was relatively brief. In 1871, following the Franco-Prussian War, Napoleon III was deposed. Eugenie, along with her husband, went into exile in England. The following year, presumably in need of funds, she sold several jewels from her jewel box at a Christie's auction in London. However, the emerald tiara was not among the items exhibited at the auction. Instead, the emeralds from the tiara seemingly found their way into another royal collection. Eugenie became the godmother and namesake of Princess Victoria Eugenie of Battenberg, daughter of Princess Beatrice of the United Kingdom and granddaughter of Queen Victoria. Known as Ina, she became Queen of Spain in 1906. When Eugenie passed away in 1920, she bequeathed her goddaughter a box with a fan. The narrative of Queen Ina's discovery of the emeralds beneath the fan, believed to have once adorned Eugenie's tiara, is a tale of intrigue and legacy. The transformation of these gems into a necklace, worn alongside other magnificent jewels, including the renowned La Buena tiara, for the official court portrait in 1922, is a testament to the enduring allure of royal adornments. The necklace, embellished with additional rows of diamonds on each side like a bandeau, speaks to the opulence and sophistication of the era. Despite being destined for a life in exile, Queen Ina's journey from Spain to England and then Switzerland mirrors the transience of power and fortune. The eventual sale of Eugenie's emeralds at auction in Bern, with individual gems resurfacing periodically on auction blocks, underscores the enduring fascination and value attached to the jewelry of the last Empress of France. In reflection, each piece of Eugenie's jewelry carries with it a fragment of history, evoking the grandeur and tumultuous times of the imperial court. What is your most memorable piece of jewelry? Write in the comments.